Welcome back to our channel English with Sabay. Today we're talking about something deep and powerful how to control your anger. In a crowded town filled with people chasing success, there lived a young woman named Isa. She was intelligent, hardworking, and kind at heart, but she had one weakness that often created problems for her uncontrollable anger. From her childhood, she was known as a girl who spoke her mind without fear. But as she grew older, her sharp tongue and quick temper started pushing people away. At home, her mother often told her, "Isa, you have a beautiful heart, but your anger hides it from the world." She always brushed it off, thinking, "That's just who I am," but deep inside, she knew her anger was hurting her more than anyone else. In her office, she was respected for her skills but feared for her temper. If someone made a small mistake, she would raise her voice instantly. Many colleagues avoided working closely with her because they didn't want to be the target of her sudden outburst. Even her close friends started keeping distance, saying, "We care for Ifa, but we never know when she will explode." Every time Isa calmed down after a fight, guilt would eat her from inside. She would think, "Why did I say those words? Why couldn't I stop myself?" But the next time something triggered her, the same cycle repeated. One evening, after a particularly heated argument at work, she came home frustrated. Her younger brother tried to tell her about his school problem, but she snapped at him without listening. Tears filled his eyes and he quietly walked away. That moment broke Aisha's heart. She thought, "I love my brother more than anything. Why am I hurting the people I love the most?" She realized her anger was like a shadow following her everywhere, turning moments of love into moments of pain. The next day, lost in her thoughts, she went for a walk in a nearby garden. There, she noticed an old woman sitting quietly on a bench, knitting something with soft hands and a calm face. For some reason, Isa sat beside her, and without meaning to, she poured out everything: her regrets, her anger, her loneliness. The old woman listened carefully and then said gently, "My child, anger is not your enemy. It is a messenger. It tells you something inside you is hurting or feeling unfair. But instead of listening, you are letting it control your actions. That is why you suffer." Isa was surprised. "But what can I do? When anger comes, it feels stronger than me." The woman smiled. "Do you know how fire works? Fire can warm a home or burn it down. The fire does not decide, it is the hand that uses it. Your anger is the same. If you learn to hold it with patience, it will give you strength. If you let it go wild, it will destroy everything around you." Those words stayed with Isa. That night she stood in front of the mirror and whispered, "I am stronger than my anger. I can choose my response." She decided to start small. The next morning, when someone at work made a mistake, she felt the heat rising in her chest. Her first instinct was to shout, but she paused, took a deep breath, and counted slowly in her mind. Instead of yelling, she said calmly, "It's okay. Mistakes happen. Let's fix it." Her colleague looked shocked but grateful. For the first time in years, Isa felt proud of herself for controlling her reaction. It wasn't easy. There were days when she failed, when her anger got the better of her. But she didn't give up. She started writing down her triggers in a journal: traffic, deadlines, disrespect, and prepared herself for those situations. She practiced breathing exercises and learned to walk away when she felt overwhelmed. Slowly, people around her noticed the change. Her friends began to come closer again. Her brother started sharing his stories without fear. And even at work, her team respected her not only for her skills but also for her patience. Months later, Isa went back to the same garden and saw the old woman again. She smiled and said, "You were right. Anger is not my enemy, it is my teacher." The old woman nodded with warmth and replied, "Remember, my child, the strongest person is not the one who fights others, but the one who conquers herself." From that day forward, Isa lived with a new kind of strength. She still felt anger at times because anger is natural, but she no longer let it control her. Instead, she learned to turn her fire into light, guiding her life with peace, patience, and love.